Welcome back, Brawl Nation. I'm Rotag, joined by Willy. We are here on the YouTube, where you can like, share, and subscribe. Join us on Twitter at Rotag and Willy, #Brawl. And we are ready for the round of 32 after an exciting round of 64, where we saw the biggest upset ever. Willy, tell us about that upset that we saw.
First time ever here in Brawl 4, but the first time in Brawl history that we saw a 16 seed take out a 1 seed. The oldest woman in the world, Ms. Tanaka, knocked out the entire Chicago SWAT team. A shocker, to say the least. And we've had 13 seeds advance to the next round. It's been a crazy, bracket-busting Brawl 4, and we can't wait to see what happens here in the round of 32.
I can't win no matter what. Last time in the first round, a 15 seed Drunk Hobo took out Wonder Woman, a 2 seed, who I had going into my my finals matchup. Out. This time I had the Chicago PD, a 1 seed. I said, fine, I can't rely on the 2 seed. I'll pick a 1 seed. And they get knocked out in the first round. I've had the worst luck of running predictions in a long time, Willy. I'm not doing well. I need to turn around here. I need to pick correctly from here on out and hope that it continues to play out, because it's not looking good for me right now. It has been a crazy and wild bracket, just like you pointed out. But we are excited to bring you back action, back to Lambeau Field, round of 32. Tell them about the first matchup we have.
We got the Special Ops Squad, Mossad, going up against Nick, A30. And the seed differential here of a 1 versus 9 matchup is 8, which means the Mossad can get a knockout with Ace, King, Queen, or Jack. Nick knocked out a UFC champ in round 1. I think he pulled the Joker. Am I not mistaken, Rotag?
He absolutely did. And by the way, wonderful job on that. Hey, Mr. Willy, almost like a true Canadian. I cannot do it nearly as good as Canadians can, for that matter. But well done on that. He did pull out the Joker. He might need to pull out again to upset here. Let's see what kind of cards we have going on, Willy.
Ace, King, Queen, or Jack will get a knockout from Mossad. Here we go. First card coming from Mossad is the 7 of clubs. Nick opens up with the 8 of clubs.
Close battle. Nick hanging in there.
Second card for Mossad, 8 of hearts.
Strong fight, keeping it going, 15-8.
Nick loses steam with the 5 of hearts.
15-13.
But still, anybody's match. Final card for Mossad. Oh no! It's a 2 of hearts.
That is not
Wide
good for
open
them.
here.
That is an opening for Nick A30. And he takes advantage of it. 18.
5 of diamonds.
Sorry. 18.
Yeah, you're right.
To 17. Is that correct?
18 to 17. Mossad, who I had in the championship match, doesn't get past Nick A.
1 seed going down left and right. This is what happens.
My bracket.
The Brawl continues to show that any card can come in there. We're not throwing out, just these, Queen of Spades or whatever all the time, getting knockouts left and right. That's not happening. We don't have this. We have things going the distance, and we have some of these lower seeds. 9 seed Nick A30 advancing to the Sweet 16. It will be Sweet A16 for him.
Hey, my bracket. I felt good about Mossad. They got an easy knockout in round 1. Had a huge knockout potential with the 9 seed, but it's the 9, not the one that advances.
Absolutely.
RIP my bracket.
All right, Tim Howard going up against another Cinderella story right now. Richard Branson, who knocked out the Pouncey twins 18-13 in his round of 64. Can Branson do it again?
I don't know how to predict, apparently, so we'll just let the cards decide. We got a seed differential of 8 with a 5 seed against the 13, which means that the Secretary of Defense, Tim Howard, can get a knockout with an Ace, King, Queen, or Jack.
That is correct. Let's see how that plays out.
Dogs are barking. Let's see what happens. It's the 5 of diamonds from Howard to open up. Branson counters with the Ace of clubs. Rough, rough, rough. Weak showing from Howard with the 4 of hearts. Branson, 8 of diamonds. Howard needs a knockout.
Yes, he does.
It is 19-9 going into the final round. He's going to need an ace, king, queen, jack, or joker. And he got it. It's the king of spades. Howard has knocked out Richard Branson.
That is correct. There was a knockout there. And it was needed, and he got it in the right timing there. Well done to, Howard. He is moving on. But we are moving on to our next matchup here. We have UFC heavyweight champion Francis Ngannou going up against, Mr. Workout, Bryson DeChambeau. He's a 6 seed, so there's only a 3 seed differential. So is that only an ace knockout?
Ace and ace only will get a knockout, or joker, of course, for Francis Ngannou.
Look, it's only taken 4 brawls, and I'm starting to figure out how the scoring system works and remembering it. It's one of the things that I've always left up to you, Willie. But I'm catching on here. You think I'm not paying attention, but I am.
And you could see the entire Brawl description and rules on our Twitter page at Rotag and Willy, all one word. It's our pinned tweet. You can see the entire thread about how these things work, and check it out on your own. Check out your brackets. See if you can do better than we can. And you probably can, because we're terrible at this.
Listen, it just goes to show all that inside information that we have doesn't pay off. In fact, I'm pretty sure that the selection committee and the powers that be are feeding me wrong information, and that's why, I've never really had it, good with them, especially since that last brawl with Johnny Lawrence's, debacle situation. They're kind of a little bit upset at me. They've got me on a tight leash. Probably shouldn't even be saying this stuff right now, because it could be the end of the Rotag part of the Rotag and Willy show.
That would be bad, because you know how to run all this tech, and I do not.
That's right. Powers that be, those in charge with the committees, remember that I am the one that knows how to run this show. As terrible as it runs, it still runs a little bit better because of the limited knowledge that I do have. Let's see what the cards have, Willie. Enough about our backstage, politics and everything. Let's see the actual real brawls that people came to see. We got Ngannou, we got DeChambeau. Let's see what the cards say.
And it's over before it begins. Ace of clubs. We got a knockout on the first punch. Bryson goes down. He misses the cut. He will not be making the Sweet 16.
That is a knockout right there. It is over and done with. We said only the aces or the jokers would pop up for the knockout because of the 3 seed differential, and he got the ace. Well done. He is a UFC champion for a reason, and there is another reason why he is moving on to the round of Sweet 16.
UFC champs have done pretty well. We did see Conor McGregor make it all the way to the Final Four in Brawl number 1 as a 7 seed, and he was going up against superheroes. These are all real people, remember, in Brawl number 4, all real people in the present time, in 2021. We have different themes going on. In this case, we have no wild cards, no historical figures, no comic book figures, just real people. In that case, Francis is a strong 3 seed going into the Sweet 16. Absolutely. Let's see what happens in the next brawl.
We have the NYPD cops, a dozen of them, going up against Eminem, Mr. 8 Mile himself, in this last matchup in the round of 32 in Lambeau Field region.
2 seed versus 10 seed. 2 seed versus 10 seed. Seed difference is 8 ace, king, queen, jack. We get a knockout for the NYPD. And they open up with a 9 of clubs. Eminem counters with a 2 of clubs. He might be choking here.
Yeah. Arm sweaty, knees weak.
And he's heading home, because that's the queen of diamonds. The NYPD is through to the next round.
The queen doesn't just show up in the Buckingham Palace region. She shows up here as well. And it is the end of Mr. Eminem's Brawl tournament. Head back to 8 Mile. See you later. We're ready for you to talk about us in the next rap song that you come out with. Rotag and Willy, Brawl. Go ahead, put those lyrics out there, Eminem. We're ready for them.
So our Sweet 16 participants who have cut down the nuts in their round of 32 and be heading to the next round are Nick A30, the 9 seed, will be going up against 5 seed Tim Howard, and Francis Ngannou, the 3 seed, will be going against 2 seed NYPD. That should be an epic fight to the finish in the Lambeau Field region.
Yeah, we got some good competitors left in there, and some nice surprise stuff by Nick 830. We'll see if he can continue to put out the positive vibes and the family friendly entertainment that is well needed in across the Brawl Nation, and see if he can pull it off. Las Vegas brings us the round of 32 now, where we have the Kane Tanaka upset, the heartbeat of our Brawl right now, the Cinderella like no other, going up against Kirk Herbstreit, everybody's not favorite analysis on College Game Day. And
hey, I like Kirk.
Yeah, you and nobody else.
Hey,
so you're rooting against 118-year-old Kane Tanaka, Cinderella right here. Is that what you're telling me, Willie? Is that what you're going to put out there to Brawl Nation?
Yes.
Send the hate mail to Willie. Make sure you address it all to him on the Twitter. Don't hit me up. Rotag's in support of Kane Tanaka.
I'm a little bit salty about my bracket being busted from having the Chicago Cops in the Final Four, or the Chicago SWAT team in the Final Four. So, yeah, I'm pulling for Kirk.
Yeah, because that's going to save the bracket all of a sudden. Listen, I had them going all the way, not even just to the Final Four, but into the championship game and losing. All right, so I had them going even further than you. And I was still in the first round rooting for Kane Tanaka then for the upset because I didn't care about my bracket. It was about Brawl Nation and seeing the best in the fights that could happen and getting the most excitement. And that is Kane Tanaka's story continuing on. Herbstreit doesn't bring us any sort of ratings. Kane Tanaka will. Let's go, Kane Tanaka.
Here we go. Kirk Herbstreit, 8 seed, Tanaka 16, seed differential 8. Knockout potential for ace through jack for Herbstreit, and he opens it up with the jack of diamonds. It's over for Tanaka.
And that's why everybody does not like Mr. Kirk. He is just showing himself, again, to be low class and continuing to be all about himself. That's all he seems to be about. And you know what? I can't wait for him to be taken down by one of the next competitors in our next matchup. Either Gable Stevenson, Mr. USA Wrestling, going up against some 8th grade tromboner section here.
It's the trombone. Why do you keep calling it tromboners?
Because trombone players are the tromboners. Football players are footballers, right?
Killing me.
Listen,
Killing me.
You know what? Let's just see what the cards do because I have Gable Stevenson taking out.
I had Ray Lewis, so we'll see what happens here. We got seed differential of 8. Ace through jack will get a knockout for Gable. 7 of spades is the open. The trombone section counters with the 10 of clubs. They're learning to fight together as a section.
The tromboners may be the new Cinderella now that Kane Tanaka has been taken out by the evil Kirk Herbstreit.
Maybe. It's a jack. And that's going to do it for the trombone section.
Boom. We have a knockout. Well done. I didn't even put up the knockout sheet up there for Kirk Herbstreit because, as you said earlier, we needed, a villain or two in this, bracket. And you're right. It's not just the Taliban. It is Kirk Herbstreit who is the villain here. And so...
I wouldn't equate the two of those myself.
Listen. Kirk Herbstreit is picking on very, very old little ladies. Lady, singular.
Okay. Well, we have, it'll be a 4 versus 8 matchup in the Sweet 16 with Gable Stevenson taking on Kirk Herbstreit in the Las Vegas Strip. Moving on, we've got, who do we have here?
Tyson Fury going up against the other Olympic athletes who had a surprise upset, beating Nick Merckx. We have Simone Biles and Gabby Douglas, two of the most fantastic gymnasts that we have seen in a very long time. They are reminiscent of when we went back to 96, where we had like Dominic Dawes and Carrie Strug and some of those others that were just, phenomenal from that Olympics.
Yeah, well, we'll see if Douglas and Biles can use that speed and athleticism to take out Fury. They're going to need it. Fury has a seed differential 8. Ace, King, Queen, or Jack are the cards that Douglas and Biles need to avoid here. We'll see what happens.
Willie, is Fury his real last name?
I do not know. How about? Maybe you should hit up the old Google for that one.
I mean, and I don't. I mean, if it is, that's an incredible name for a fighter. I mean, that just very
Yeah, I mean he's
well
got.
fitting there. Fist of
I mean,
Fury coming at him. Let's see
and
what
Tyson. I
happens.
mean Tyson is his first name. One of the most famous heavyweights of all time. Fury. Man, he's a
Larry
he
Tyson,
is certainly a force.
Tyson the chicken guy.
I'm going to just move on from that and start showing some cards. Ace
Sorry,
through
Iron Mike.
Jack are the cards that Douglas and Biles need to avoid. 9 of clubs is how Tyson Fury opens it up.
They're avoiding a knockout. Good job.
Countered by a Queen of Hearts from Douglas and Biles. Early lead.
This is what they needed.
Heading into the second round. Fury's next card, 8 of Diamonds. Strong cards, but still no knockout. Douglas and Biles still in the fight with the 7 of clubs.
17-17.
It is tied at 17 going into the final round.
What you see happening, Willie?
I think that there are too many cards for Douglas and Biles to avoid. I got Fury, but we have seen stranger things happen.
Yes, and I would like to see Douglas and Biles pull this off because I had Merckx pulling this upset off, and he already went down to them. So,
King of Spades, the Cinderella run is over for America's favorite Olympians. Fury is into the next round.
And this is why I don't even bother trying to say what I want anymore, because every single time I do it, it goes the other way. The cards continue to hate me when I make a prediction. So I am going to start reverse psychology, and I'm going to predict the other way than what I want, just so that way I can fool those cards.
So we have our Sweet 16 participants in the Las Vegas Strip region. We'll have Kirk Herbstreit fighting Gable Stevenson in the first matchup, and then Tyson Fury, the 3 seed, going up against
the winner of the Suns and Tfue matchup.
That's right. We have one last matchup here in Las Vegas. We got a 7-2 matchup, which is ace, king, or queen knockout potential for the Suns. I got the Suns in this one, but let's see if we can have one last upset.
Will it be too hot for Tfue?
The Suns open it up with the 5 of spades.
Not at that level, they won't.
5 of diamonds for Tfue. Feeling each other out.
He had an opening there and he didn't take it. We'll see if that, hurts him.
5 of hearts for the Suns. 4 of spades for Tfue. This is a weak matchup so far. 10-9.
The heat is getting to all of them on the Las Vegas Strip. Maybe they just found a good party, or they're at the roulette table or blackjack a little bit too much. I don't know, but it'll be an interesting way to see this third round and this third card come up.
You never leave the table when you're on a heater, but maybe that one of these two should. Here we go. Last card coming for the Suns is a knockout. Queen of spades.
We have a knockout. It took a little bit longer than expected, but Tfue is heading back to his Twitch channel. He is going back there to his viewers, just like Nick Merckx went earlier. He does not have the stamina of Nick A30, who moved on from that, round of 32 and is going to the Sweet 16. We have one last kind of Twitter, social media person with XQC. Will he follow the fates of Nick Merckx and Tfue, or will he move on like Nick A30? That's something to look for when we progress into the next region, which is Buckingham Palace. Will the queens continue to fly and the knockouts continue to happen here?
Let's see what happens. We got the Bucks, who had to find everything in their tank to escape an upset from Pope Francis. The 1 seed will go against Snoop Dogg, who had a strong first round showing against Toby Keith.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg throwing 10 king. I mean, that's a 30-pointer. That was well done.
Yeah.
And, the Bucks needed that Hail Mary to go their way, and they did with that ace knockout on the card 3 that allowed them to get past a very game Pope Francis for sure.
Here we go. The Bucks with a seed differential 7 can get a knockout with an ace, king, or queen. They open it up with the 8 of diamonds.
Solid start. Nothing spectacular.
Snoop Dogg counters with the king of spades. He has still not thrown any card under 10 value.
Man, that's a lot of kings for Snoop. 3 out of 4
that
cards.
Is right. He's sipping on that gin and juice and still cruising, but his tournament is now over. The King of Hearts has been drawn. Snoop is heading home.
That is a knockout for the Bucks over Snoop Dogg. They saw that Snoop was drawing all the kings. They said, you know what? To be the king, you got to be the king. To paraphrase, a saying that was out there. And you know what? In this case, the Bucks did that. Snoop is going back to whatever he is. Maybe he'll come out and be doing another, movie. Maybe he can be Huggy Bear again, just like from a very funny movie there.
Starsky and Hutch back in the day.
That's
maybe,
right.
Maybe he could cook up some delicious cupcakes with Martha Stewart.
He's got a lot of potential out there, but it won't be happening anymore in the Brawl. He's out. Bucks advance to the Sweet 16. Roman Reigns, the 5 seed, is taking on XQC, the 13 seed, in our next matchup here. Lots of knockout potential with an 8 seed differential there.
Ace through Jack will do it for Roman Reigns, who jokered former President Donald Trump on the first round. Let's see what they got in store for XQC. Roman starts it off with an 8 of hearts. XQC counters with the 5 of diamonds. Roman's next card is the Queen of Clubs here in Buckingham, and that will be enough to get the knockout for Roman.
Another knockout for Roman Reigns. He did it via Joker the first time around, and now he's done it with the Queen here in Buckingham Palace. And so what a way for Roman Reigns to continue to advance. He's showing he is definitely a person to be feared in this competition, as he will have a very tough matchup as the underdog now when he goes and faces the Bucks in the Sweet 16. However, XQC, he is back to his Twitch. He is out of here. He is going out of there, just like Nick Merckx and Tfue, not moving on like Nick A30. We'll continue to see what goes on. We have a next matchup with Mr. Deontay Wilder going up against Michael Vick.
Seed differential is 3, ace and ace only. We'll get a knockout for Wilder here. Vick was pretty strong against former President Barack Obama in the first round. Let's see what happens here. Wilder opens it up with the ace of spades. Vick doesn't even get a punch in. We have another knockout.
Another knockout indeed. It is quick, it is easy, and it is something where, these people are not messing around. He saw that both the Bucks and Roman had knockouts. They waited for card 2. Wilder was not waiting. He didn't want to give Vick a chance. He hits him, knocks him out right away. He's moving on to the Sweet 16 to face one of our next 2 competitors, either the Los Angeles Dodgers, the number 2 seed, or 7 seed Lonely Island.
This is the tale of the Lonely Island. Let's see if they can get on a boat and cruise on here in this matchup. But they are heavily outnumbered by the Dodgers. Ace, King, or Queen will get a knockout for LA. Let's start it up. The Dodgers open it up with the 6 of diamonds.
Baseball
The Lonely Island counters with the 9 of hearts. Early lead for the Lonely Island.
Yes, definitely. Did you have the Lonely Island going far in this tournament?
I do not. I have the Dodgers over them here, but I have Deontay Wilder in the lead 8.
Yeah.
7 of spades for the Dodgers. Still no knockout here. They need that ace, king, or queen because they're showing up with just 13. Ace of hearts for the Lonely Island. It is 20-13 going into the final round. Rotag, how do you see this happening?
Yeah, the Dodgers are going to need to wake it up and come up with one of those Hail Marys on the baseball diamond here and get themselves a knockout card, because if not, the Lonely Island could be advancing. And again, that just continues to work very much against my bracket, as I did have, the Dodgers going all the way to the Elite 8 there against the Bucks. And to be honest, I didn't have the Lonely Island getting past Elon Musk. And so, it's not looking good for my bracket right now. I'm hoping the Dodgers can knock out them right here, although the cards are going to work against me. So Lonely Island is going to get the good card here. Cards, listen to me. It's going to be for Lonely Island.
Let's see what happens here. Maybe they need to call in Albert Pujols to be a pinch hitter, because they are running out of steam, down huge going into the final round. 6 of clubs. That's not going to cut it. It's the 3 of hearts for the Lonely Island, but that is still enough to send the Dodgers home.
Well, the Dodgers apparently are not the team to beat for sure. They do not have the ability like the Bucks did to go ahead and move on. And so, you know what? I'm going to have to, rethink about my bracking picking process and re-talk to some of my insiders there because I think they're giving me some false information that is leading me to not have the best picks. So I'm going to have to see about that.
The Lonely Island, as a 7 seed, has just upset the Dodgers. They are moving on to the Sweet 16. So in the Buckingham Palace region, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the 1 seed, will be taking on Roman Reigns, the 5 seed. And in the other matchup, we've got Deontay Wilder, the 3 seed, going up against 7 seed Lonely Island. Who do you see coming out of that? We both have the Bucks winning it all. Who do you think the Bucks will be playing in the next round?
Yeah, I mean, I see the Bucks beating Roman, and then Weiler is going to beat Lonely Island, and so it'll be the Bucks with Weiler, and that's gonna that shapes up good for the Bucks because while Roman is a good competitor, he's a 5 seed, and that's a little bit better than if they would have had to face a 4 seed and Bobby Flay, and if Lonely Island definitely upsets Weiler, then that's even more so for the Bucks' chance of winning. So things are looking fairly strong for the Bucks to have a chance, but again, 4 and 5 seeds, we've seen it. They have a chance to pull these up and get close to that Final Four.
Yeah, we got 2 5 seeds who've made it to the Sweet 16 thus far. We got another one with the Williams sisters still standing in the Times Square region, which is where we're heading right now.
And that's right. We have our number 1 matchup, the Lightning, going up against 8-seeded Ludacris, a difference of 7 seeds here. Lots of knockout.
Yep, that's seed difference is 7, which means that the Lightning can knock out Luda with an ace, king, queen, or joker. But I actually have Luda pulling the upset here. He's going to drop those beats. He's going to say, yeah, and knock the Lightning out.
We'll see about that. I don't think he can bring his family from the Fast and the Furious with him. So I think the Lightning are going to, continue their march on just like they did through the Stanley Cup playoffs. And they're going to continue to progress in our tournament.
Here we go. First card coming for the Lightning is an 8 of diamonds. Luda counters with the 7 of hearts, staying right with the Lightning.
Close matchup. Lightning need to, get a power play here.
Well, the Lightning did knock out the Islanders in 7. We are in New York City. The Lightning, with the Joker, have eliminated Ludacris with a dirty hit.
Joker! That's right. They used the Joker to get the knockout. That's what, as much as I don't like to see it, if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. And the Lightning have used the Joker to their advantage instead of waiting for somebody like Ludacris to pull it on them. And they went ahead because Ludacris has used the Joker. That is how he actually advanced against Travis Tritt. So a little bit of a taste of his own medicine for him, I guess.
Well, he's still got all of his platinum records, and he's got plenty of cars to take a long drive and evaluate what happened there. He is out of this matchup, though. Congratulations, Luda. Enjoy watching the rest of this on YouTube.
Congratulations for losing and not being good. The Tampa Bay Lightning will send you a free ticket to next year's opening game, maybe.
And maybe you can enjoy an ice-cold Fiddlehead IPA from Vermont. Very tasty IPA. I'll always give them a plug.
Yeah. Not me so much.
Get off my table.
Williams sisters 5 seed going up against upsetter number 13 seed Seth Rogen. Does Seth Rogen have another chance to knock off a higher seed this time?
Here we go. We've seen it happen. We've seen some 13 is the lucky number in our brawls. We've seen some comedians advance. We've seen I think Richard Simmons a 13 or was he an 11? We've had some. In either case, we've got some double-digit Cinderella stories already in our previous brawls. Let's see what happens here. 13 against a 5. See, difference is 8. The Williams sisters can knock out Seth Rogen with an ace, king, queen, or jack. And they open it up with the 4 of clubs.
Not a good way to open that up there.
Seth Rogen counters with the 2 of diamonds. Maybe he's got a little bit of a something to work out of his lungs there because he's going to cough a little bit and do a little bit better here. He's a fan of those recreational smokable substances. It's not looking good for either of them, honestly. That was a pretty weak first round showing.
Yeah, but Rogan had that weak showing earlier against Lashley, who had even stronger, than that 4. Lashley came out with a 9. Rogan only came out with a 3, and Rogan still ended up coming back and winning it. So, it's the first act. You carry through the movie, and that's what he's going to do. We'll see.
True story, Rotag. Let's see what happens here. It's a Jack of Hearts. The Williams sisters have knocked out Rogan and will be moving on.
Boom! Knockout Rogan. See you later. Back to straight to DVD releases for you. You're no longer getting the big premieres. We're not interested in seeing that. Maybe get you one, on Hulu or Netflix or something like that. But you're not going to the theaters anymore.
Indeed.
Williams sisters, they will be moving on to face the Tampa Bay Lightning in a Sweet 16 matchup. Joining them in the Sweet 16 is either going to be number 3 seed Brock Lesnar, the Beast, going up against Johnny Bananas, a 6 seed. That is a 3 seed differential, so only an ace knockout. Is that correct, Willie?
Right on, Rotag. Learning the math. I'm impressed.
I learned that one. Other than the 3 seed is the ace only. The rest of them, are still over my head at this point. But that's okay because I still follow the action card by card. Yeah. Looking forward to seeing what's happening. Trying to do the math in my head. Staying in school, kids. We're going to see what these numbers pull out for Lesnar and Bananas. I got Bananas making a deep run. I've got him going all the way into the Elite 8 to face the Lightning. So I really need him to pull this off. Otherwise, my bracket is pretty much toast.
Definitely stay in school, and then you'll have a chance, like Rotag did, to actually graduate a year early.
That's because some of us just don't have all the funds, and we had to get out and start making that money. That's why we're doing our hustle here on YouTube.
There you go. That's right. Brock opens it up with a Joker. Goodbye, Johnny Bananas. Got jokered by Lesnar, using a dirty move to eliminate him.
Yep, and that's, not what I wanted to see at all. The bracket is looking terrible, as always. You know what? I'm going to pick my bracket, and then I'm going to erase everything and rewrite the exact opposite of how I would do it, because that's the only way that I'm going to win any of these more bracket picks after the first one. Lesnar, the Beast, moving on. Banana Man, back to the challenge. Maybe you'll do, your 21st, 22nd challenge, however many are on there. That seems to be more your arena where you can go ahead and navigate the politics of it. This is not so much of that. It's just straight up competition from a Brawl standpoint. He's moving on. Will Lesnar be the man that can go on to take out the Taliban, or will Matt Damon end the Taliban right now?
Let's see what happens. We've got the biggest villains, in my belief, in this entire Brawl, maybe in Brawl history. 15 Taliban guys going up against Damon. Seed differential with a 2 versus 10 matchup is 8. The Taliban can get a knockout with an ace, king, queen, or jack. Taliban opens it up with the 7 of clubs. Matt Damon counters with the 5 of diamonds. Still anybody's matchup going to round 2. The Taliban next draw a 9 of diamonds.
Strong.
They got 16 total. Damon counters with the King of Hearts. Still in it. It's 16-15 going to the final card. Can Damon knock out these villains in Times Square?
No. And the reason why is because I picked him to knock him out in the bracket, and that is why he will not. It is all my fault for picking the upset here.
Stop with that pessimism. Damon's got this. Here we go. The Taliban's next card is a 10 of diamonds. Damon can still stay in this as long as he can find an ace or a joker. An ace will send it to OT. A joker will send the Taliban home.
Yeah, and we've not seen any ties so far in this Brawl.
It is not enough. Strong showing from Damon. He fought his heart out. He went the distance, but he goes down 26-23. The Taliban are into the Sweet 16.
And that's the worst part about this is that we always seem to end like we did last time on a Taliban win, and now we've ended on another Taliban win. When are we going to end on some good news? We had some great news with in the round of 64 when we had Kane Tanaka pulling up the biggest upset. Then we had another villain in Kirk Herbstreit take her out to ruin the good news story, and now we got to end on the Taliban. This episode has been a big disappointment for many people, but you know what? That means you got to come back tomorrow for the Sweet 16. We got to get some good news somewhere, and maybe it'll happen tomorrow, and it will be Sweet 16 for everybody. Willy, final thoughts?
It's been a pretty wild brawl, but it's starting to solidify a little bit. We've got plenty of 2 and 3 seeds left. We've got some higher, like we don't. I think we've gotten rid of all our double. We don't have a single double-digit entry in the Sweet 16. So after a wild first round, starting to get more to the regressing to the mean, so to say, in the second round. The cream is rising to the top, and we got some strong competition going into this Sweet 16.
Absolutely. Tampa Bay championship teams, the Bucks and the Lightning, the only 2 1 seeds remaining. The other 2 have already been knocked out, so they're holding strong for the Tampa Bay region. Shout out to Tampa there. I'm excited to see what's going to happen. We'll be back tomorrow. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, leave some comments down below. Go ahead and leave some stuff at our Twitter. You can check out the rules page there in the pinned tweet. It is at Rotag and Willy, #Brawl with your predictions and what you think is going to happen or your reactions as well. We'd love to hear from you, Brawl Nation. I'm Rotag. He's Willy. We will see you guys later on. Take care.
See you later.